Namaste, good afternoon, and welcome to Bloom. I'm Payal Irani. I'm founder and CEO of Bloom. Today is at 92nd talk show, and we welcome everyone here. And it is special because very soon we are going to celebrate our 100th episode. So let me introduce my co-founder and co-host, who is the strongest pillar of Bloom, Dr. Neeta Mhatre Mishra. So she is a mental and wellness expert. She is a founder of Reach Out, and you can connect with her directly on LinkedIn. And it will take an hour to introduce her. So we'll keep it short. And let me introduce our speaker for today. Our speaker is Sahibaa Singh. Welcome, Sahibaa.
Hello, Payal.
Sahibaa Singh is an internationally certified image consultant, etiquette coach, and a psychologist. With giving image makeovers to many clients from all walks of life, she has even trained more than 1,700 students from many prominent schools and colleges on the topic of soft skills and etiquettes, and has been working with various institutions. Let me give this screen to Dr. Neeta to take it forward and introduce Sahibaa, and we can have the conversation further.
Thank you, Payal, and a very, very warm welcome, Sahibaa, to the
Thank you so much.
of Bloom. And the best part is the platform is hosted by the ladies, and definitely not only for the ladies, but for the entire world. It has nothing to do with gender, it is to do with image. And I'm sure that Sahibaa is going to give us all a very different style of understanding self with our image, our body, and what is the first thing which comes is our first impression. So Sahibaa, as I'm starting the conversation, I would love to ask you, how do you define yourself?
Yes. I would like to answer it in a way so me coming online. So if we would have met in person, so by the time we would have just met, but right now, as we are online, I'm sure we must have had little perception about me. I must have had about you, and it's natural. It's inevitable that we don't. So, the minute anybody walks in or the minute we see anyone, within fraction of seconds, whether we like it or we don't like it, we are constantly creating that impression. So what I feel about me would be more of what I feel internally about me, but whatever is my perception about me, I am constantly giving out a message. So I am here to tell you today, like if you ask me this question, so already the perception you're carrying about me. So how our first impressions are important, and how to create a powerful one and an everlasting one. All right. So I was telling, so, whether we want, me coming here, we going on live, or we going anywhere in person, we are constantly creating our impression. All right. So it's not in our hand. It's very natural. So me coming here. But then when I was coming here for my session, maybe it's virtually, I had few things in my mind, like, how I should look. I should have a little formal clothes. I should wear minimum jewelry. I should have like a subtle makeup, because that is, we are definitely carrying some, perception. And then we know that, we are going there for a reason. I'm here for a reason. So inevitably, I am creating that impression. So I got ready. I chose my attire and everything for what? I will tell you, it is, I will term it as LBTB. So L stands for likability. I want you to like me, right?
Absolutely.
So whatever we are going, so there is LBTB. It's just an acronym I've thought of. So likability, I want you to like me. Why you want? Why I want people to like me in any walks of life I'm going? Because I want you to buy whatever I'm selling, and it need not be a product. Even if I'm having a conversation with you or conversation with my friend, I want you to buy what I'm saying. I want you to believe me. So like me, believe me, and then trust me. Till that time you don't trust me, you will not going to buy what I say. So if it's a product or commodity or my thoughts. And then after you like me, you believe me, you trust me, only then will you, eventually buy. Right. So you need to like me, you need to believe in me, and you need to trust me to buy it. So it is the LBTB, I say. LBT me, believe me, trust me. True. But it is just an acronym to tell you. So we are constantly creating an impression, and we all, there is a perception wherever we go. So even if I ask you also today, when you open your wardrobe, you must be thinking about, okay, so this is what I want to wear because this is this occasion, or maybe I'm just chilling at home. So maybe I'm going to meet my friends. So there is always a reason behind the way we are, dressing up.
So Saiba, I would like to ask you, if you are sharing your presentation, definitely this presentation is really worth it because it's going to be viewed by a lot of our people. We are going to have our young youth who are going to follow you. We are going to have our young youth who are going to take your advice of like me, believe me, and trust me. Definitely, we all are here with some perceptions and we are all interested to be sold because
Yes.
that is also marketing. So
Yes.
taking it ahead, would you like to highlight how do you create that first impression?
Yes,
How
of
do you
course.
create that likability among your audience? And
Yes,
all yours.
yes. So I am going to now tell you why is it important, because you know what? If I tell you, Neeta ma'am, just dress up in nice way, people are going to like you. You're going to get good impression. You will be like, okay, I need to really convince you for it. So I will show you through my PPT. Right. So I'm going to share my screen with you. All right. So how long does it take to create a first impression, or maybe any kind of first impression? Any idea, any one of you?
I think it's just 30 seconds. 30
30
seconds
seconds.
to create the first impression.
Okay, what about you, Payal? You have any answer to it?
Mm, no, I'm just
All
thinking what
right.
to tell.
All right. So 30 seconds is a really long time. It really takes less than 3 seconds to create
Oh,
first impression. So the minute I had switched on my camera to have a session with you, you had already had an impression about me. So it actually takes less than 3 seconds. So what exactly can we do in 3 seconds? So we will. So impression is formed within 3 to 7 seconds, and in those 7 seconds, we feel that what can we do? We actually communicate a lot. Our personality. Within those initial 3 to 7 seconds, you can gauge what is the personality of the person. What is the likability? Is he authoritative or not? Is he friendly? Is he how financially successful? What is he coming from? That kind of, because the way we are perceiving the other person, and even is it the right candidate for the job we are looking for, or is this the person we want to associate or we want to work? So we kind of have these little very micro perceptions instantly when we see a person. So let me tell you one thing, first impressions not reversed. So it will take you almost about 6 months to create another impression. So make sure that you are having a good impression instantly when you have a very important meeting. Okay. So let me tell you a very interesting concept before jumping on to what all things do we really need. Your image inside out is an outward projection of your character, your values, your uniqueness, your attitude. Do you believe that? So whatever we are feeling inside, so no matter how what my image outer image looks like, but it is all formed of whatever values and character and whatever unique is there in me. So if you, me, and Payal go for a shop to a same, and we are given like 10 options, we will, according to our own attitude and values, are going to pick up the attire, right? So that will be very unique to ourselves. So it is inevitable to say that you will be able to project an image which you don't, which is not inside you. Okay. So do you see these stars? Amitabh Bachchan, Priyanka Chopra. So what is one thing very common in them? There are ample stars out there, right? But there's something which is, the minute Amitabh Bachchan enters the room, it is like, okay, it's Amitabh Bachchan. And there is something in it. What is it? That what you feel, if I ask you? There is one word, if I ask you, like,
So for me, I think basically it's the style and voice. Main thing is his appearance, the way he talks, the way he walks actually.
Okay, so with the way he walks. So let's see, we are at a red carpet event, and so we know that if we have our 10 Bollywood actors, and among them, if Amitabh Bachchan just walks in, and there he'll be a head turner, we'll all be like looking. And
Absolutely.
if you see Priyanka Chopra, and if you see Alia Bhatt, and if you see, I would not like to name any, like, everyone is very unique in their own ways, but we can see that different power when Priyanka Chopra maybe is walking in, and Shah Rukh Khan. So what is that one thing, if I may ask you, will what do you think is the how they are creating their impression? There is one thing which is very common in all three of them.
I think their personalities.
Their personalities. Okay, little more deeper.
Internationally known, so they've carried their image as in such a way, so they're known in the world.
Okay.
I think something also to do with their attitude, charisma. Yes.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Nita. When you said attitude, so before that attitude comes the charisma. So there is one thing very deeper than the attitude and the personality is the charisma they are carrying. And what is the charisma? Your presence in the room. And what is that presence in the room? Is that aura we are, carrying for ourselves. Do you agree with it? Are we on the same page?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Other than your personality,
Your aura,
and that,
definitely.
so our aura. So the minute a person is entering in the room, he is entering with their aura. And how do we create that aura? So how do we know that, and we are very energy sensitive. So the minute somebody enters, so before, in fraction of second, you are able to gauge the aura of the person. You're able to feel that charisma and the aura of the person. So somebody walks in and you feel, I'm feeling, okay, and I'm not feeling too good. The minute you see someone, right? Am I correct?
Oh yes, oh yes. It just happens, You feel that someone is actually coming and draining you. And with some people, the smile itself is like, oh, it's so welcoming.
Yes, very true. So, Nita, like you asked me, like Sahibaa, tell me that, what are the tips, or if you have anything to tell me about, the likability, when I said that, people should like me. So definitely, we on the surface level, we all have these aspects. But before that, that is what I was telling you, this concept. So charisma, it stems from our aura, and our aura stems from our intentions, and intention stems from our behavior. So I need to have that in, my intention should be that I am very confident and I am going to nail this presentation, or maybe this work, or this whatever assignment I'm assigned to. And then, so if I have that kind of behavior, I need to have that positive outlook. So my behavior is going to be formed through my intentions, and through my intentions I'm going to form my aura, and then I'm going to create my charisma. So whatever I'm wearing, so the one thing I need to carry with myself is my charisma and confidence the minute I enter a room. So this is a very interesting concept for everyone who's hearing. Definitely our outer look matters, but it is all stemming from our image inside out. All right. So now let me give you some powerful, tips to create a good first impression. So the first one is clothes power. Definitely, because the minute we enter, the first thing is the visual appearance. Am I right? It is, it's very natural. We just see the other person, because the minute somebody opens the door, you just turn your head and you see. So it is our visual power, our power of clothes. Then comes our personal grooming, and third is our vocal communication, how we are communicating, and then comes our body language. So do you guys agree for these points? So I will now, quickly explain you little topics about clothes power, grooming, and vocal communication and body language. Okay. So do you really think clothes matter? So we are creating that first impression. Do you think clothes matter? Fire, what about you? Or we can wear anything anywhere.
So at home, I
Yes, so
can
Neha said
wear
thumbs up.
anything, but yeah, clothes do matter. When we go out, when we are in a professional setup, we have to wear a professional dress, and when we are with friends, we have to be very casual. So yes, clothes do matter.
Yeah. why is it, why said it very well, why is it that when you are in a setup, you need to look professional and with friends, why you want to dress up casually with friends?
So with friends, we are just being us now. So there is no, we don't have to impress anyone. But when we are into a professional setup in a company, when we are giving a session, we have to carry that image in a professional manner. I can't wear jeans and top and go to a corporate
Yes.
company and give my session there.
Yes. So definitely very true. So I would say, I would put it in a word that Payal, you said it very beautifully, that in a professional setup, we want to show that authority. We want people to take us seriously. And that is what I said. LBTV. We want them to like us, believe us, and then trust us to buy whatever we are selling to them. Right?
Here I have a point, Saiba.
Yeah.
Also, when means again, reiterating the like me, believe me, and trust me. So if I know that if I'm meeting Saiba today, so she should definitely walk the talk, right? So
Definitely.
that is how I think I'm going to also believe you.
Yes, true. That is what I say. I need to look the part of the, if I'm trying to sell. So that is what I said. So
Yes, yes.
not so that is what, it's not important that we have to choose what we need to wear. So not every time a blazer would work. So probably if I'm working with young kids, I don't need a blazer, but something very casual. So as Payal said, that if I'm going out with my friends, so one of the reason, definitely you want to be yourself. You can be yourself in your corporate world as well. Over a period of time, when we gain that kind of confidence, we are very much ourselves over there, because that is what we become, very authoritative and very, but we are approachable. We want to be approachable to our friends. We want to have that conversation. So we need to decide what is the role and goal, and then choose the attire. And we want to, understand what kind of impression we are creating, and what kind of impression I want to create. So if I'm here for a meeting or a live session, I wouldn't be in my nightwear, and I'm, if I'm propagating something and I'm not following the talk, definitely that will not work. You need to look the part. So clothes really do look matters. So let me give you an example, a very nice example. So I hope everybody has seen Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So when you say a pile, so it goes well with the example you just said, like with friends, if I ask you. So even if we are meeting, if we are a bunch of friends, so it's a clear example, the way Kajol is dressed up. She, the impression and the perception we have about her, she's very, she's garnishly dressed and she's not that classy. It's very inevitable. We are kind of forming that impression. And maybe Shah Rukh Khan didn't take her seriously. That is why only in the movie. And on the other hand, poised and grace, Rani Mukherjee. So among friends also, if you see, clothes matter. So if we talk about beauty, Kajol is as beautiful also here. So I was saying, like, they both are beautiful ladies, but the one is dressed up very, garishly, and the other one is very poised and elegant, right? So it is definitely changing our perception, right? So we can see there is a perception change. We feel that, why are we saying that Rani Mukherjee is looking more elegant and more pleasing than, it's just clothes, our visual appearance. They both are beautiful in their own ways, right? So got it? So another example is of Ravina Tandon. She looks the same she used to look 20 years back, but just the way she's dressed up, she's more classy. So now we have these adjectives for her, like, she looks very lady and very classy. And on the other hand, if you see her in this movie and, the way she's dressed up, it's just the clothes, so in fact, here she's wearing a very elegant fabric, so it is changing her entire personality, right? So do you realize that food, a basic necessity, gets ignored if it doesn't look good? Let me show you two pictures for that. How about this? Who wants to eat this pastry? Does it look yummy to you? Would you want to have a bite of it? Yeah? All right. And what about this pastry now? Tell me. Would you like to eat? No. And that is what our impression does. So probably this is like a very yummy strawberry cake. And this one is not to, gooey and soft cake, but still we would prefer. So basic food, it's our necessity, but still we tend to choose something which is looking more presentable, and we get attracted to it. And, irrespective of we like the taste or not, that will come later. It's the latter thing, the taste. But we will definitely opt for the one. If we are standing in the bakery, we will not be choosing this one. So make sure to project an attractive appearance to create that positive impression, you know.
So it's again, when you go to a fine dining restaurant, you get a good plating and
Yeah,
good services
good
is there.
services.
And
It's
when you go
all,
to a dhaba, the food would be tasty, but you will get it in chalo chalo jao aage badho. Ye ek ho
yes.
gaya. So
So
it's
even if the food taste is not good, but the presentation, the way it is presented, and it attracts it, and we order. And this is the technique now the food industry is also using. They've started putting pictures on the menu. You probably won't order few things. The ones which are not selling, they've started to put the pictures of those on the menu, because you see and you feel tempted, and you in the bargaining, you tend to order like 2 3 more items. So this is the power of your appearance, guys. So let me tell you, universal effect of clothing. So whenever you're feeling low, ऐसा कभी आपके साथ हुआ है that you're feeling little low, and sometimes anybody says just get dressed up and let's go. So the minute we change our clothes, the minute we wear something nice, you get, your vibes change, your behavior change, your mood changes. So I used to take a lot of sessions during COVID pandemic, and a lot of people were having work from home. So they used to always ask me that, now we don't feel that zeal, that motivation to work, or, we're very lethargic and we are not able to be very productive. So one tip which I gave to them was that you need to get up, take bath in the morning, and get ready as you used to get ready for your, like you used to go to office. You need to wear your work clothes. You shouldn't be in your pajamas. I understand, because it became so much of a comfort zone, and literally people actually started listening to me. I told them to create a corner. I can understand if you have space issue, just have a space for you where you're sitting, wear your office clothes and do your work. And everybody was like, we were discussing it, it in fact helped me tremendously. I had so many sessions, but if I was not ready, I was, very casually dressed up, my enthusiasm to take the session was also very low. The minute I was in my, trainer suit and everything, and I was ready, and, nicely done my hair and all, I used to feel very good. And, the if we look good, we have a good self image, we dress up, then we think good, we feel good, and we act in a way. So sometimes this happened with me. My people in the house, they were like little low, but I was already like, where are you going? It's, a lockdown, you're not going anywhere. But my energy, that I was so positive and I was so ready, gave them also the other person. I was getting good response from them also. They were also feeling little light. They also felt like, okay, today in dinner, let's all get ready and sit. So you change the atmosphere around you. So this is a universal effect of clothing, no matter where you go. So sometimes I go in a college, and if I am very nicely dressed up or I'm wearing a vibrant color, it just gets that much energy in the, in the classroom. So our clothes really have the power. We should be very mindful of what we wear, depending on the role and goal we have to put. So that was clothes. Now, what about power of grooming? So I am, all positive and nice and feeling good about myself, and I'm wearing a very beautiful dress. But, when I walk in and I am stinking, or maybe my hair are not nicely done. So we cannot ignore the power of grooming. It is very important. It's crucial to think that. So no matter how gracefully we're dressed up, but if our hair and everything is not done. So you can see in this example the power of grooming. Look at Shilpa Shetty. Her hair all done and her makeup changed. You can see Kareena Kapoor. She was, fair only all the time and had beautiful eyes, beautiful features. But, you've seen her earlier pictures, the way her makeup, it played the role. Makeup had played a major role in her. So there is an example of Ayushmann Khurrana. He looks so handsome in this picture. So let me give you one more example. So I have a question for you all. So you all have seen Kabir Singh? And so let's just not take Shahid Kapoor, but just let's take Kabir Singh, a very, impeccable surgeon with impeccable skills and, outstanding performance. And then we have this Dr. A here, and he's also a great surgeon. But definitely, Kabir Singh is way beyond, in her skills, he is like, he rocks it. So, but if we as client or patient, sees these two doctors, so they both are wearing their doctor thing, he's also in that surgeon uniform and he's also wearing that. Honestly, tell me who would be more, who would be believe more? Kisko more
Definitely not Kabir Singh, because the kind of shabby look which he has,
look? Yeah.
it's like no
No,
way,
no.
no way.
Yeah. So if we have two doctors and if we have to take a call, it is, inevitable that we are bound to get, little attracted towards, and it's more believable that we would go with for a person, even if they both are wearing doctor uniform, we are tend to believe that, okay, he is going to be more genuine and he will be able to handle my case well. So that is the power of grooming. So even if you're wearing the right clothes, even if, so you guys think that we are wearing a certain uniform, but if we are not groomed, we are not able to ace it. Okay, then our third, then our third point comes is vocal communication. So it is not what you say, but how you say matters. So if I have to give you a compliment and say, Payal, you look really pretty. And then on the other hand, I say, Payal, you look nice. So which statement was more believable? Trust, tell me.
Pretty one.
The, the first one, because
Yes.
that, so maybe my words are going to be same, you know, but how we say it really matters. So we keep, in the corporate, we always say, I just said him this only. I don't know why he felt offended. I was saying, I just said, my words were absolutely fine. But, it is our tone, the voice, our tone, the intonation of a voice, and the stress, which, how we are focusing on every word matters. So we have to keep in mind the minute we walk in, we need to carry that confidence and aura. We need to wear good clothes. We need to be groomed. And then when we are meeting somebody, we need to, so we cannot say, Hi, Payal, how are you? So, my tone, it is not going to create that impression if I am meeting you for the first time. Right? And Payal, if you remember, maybe first time when we met like long back, so the way we started to interact, only that clicked us, right? So we greeted each other, like probably we did not notice that, focus more on the clothes, but the way we spoke to each other clicked us. And we had very little conversations only, like, hi, how are you, the basic one. But in those 3 4 liners only, we clicked, right? So that's the power of your vocal communication. All right. So very important rule. So there is a very famous psychologist, Albert Mehrabian from LA, and he stated a circle of impact. So we can call it the model of communication, or we can say the circle of impact, which states that you can see the different percentages, 55%, 38%, 7%. Do you have any idea how have I bifurcated them? Okay, let me show you. So it is 55% of the body language, 38% of the tone and the voice, and only 7% of the words we are speaking. So after we have worn our good, beautiful dress, it is our body language that is 55%, which is creating our impression. How we are walking, how we are standing, how we are, looking at somebody. And it's 38% of voice of tone and only 7% the words. So a lot of people have doubts that, I'm not able to speak well in English, or I'm not able to speak well in some language. Language really doesn't matter, because we have already 93%. So your 93% of your impression is already created through your body language, your non-verbal communication. So even if we are, 7%, even if it goes wrong, we still have won the game, So it is 93%. And when I say body language, it all the areas of a body language comes. First of all, my eyes. See? So my eye contact. So I need to have a stable eye contact. So imagine if I'm walking in and I'm not looking at you, and I'm looking high, and but you're standing here and I'm looking here, or maybe my eyes are wandering. It shows that you are not very confident. You need to have that eye contact to, look into the eye and say hello. Very important is your smile. Smile is very contagious. The minute you smile, so yesterday only I was seeing that video, the power of smile. It had ample examples. I wanted to include few here, but then I was like, it's gonna get too much. But I was so surprised to see that video. uh, it showed that how impactful and powerful a smile is. You must have seen a lot of people even doing that yoga asan where they tell, but we feel that it is only for the older people, in the park, and they just have to laugh, ha ha ha. But it actually secretes our endorphins, our hormones, which changes our mood and behavior. So, and smile is very contagious. We need to smile if we are meeting someone, have a stable eye contact, and then comes a firm handshake. You know, the the minute we hold hand, it speaks volumes about our personality. A very firm handshake. You've seen a lot of people, they're doing this fishy handshake and they're not holding the hand properly. You get to know that person is not confident. You need to have that stable, so we call it three pump handshake. We need to have that firm handshake and our open posture. No slouching, open posture. So if I say about body language, where 93% without even saying I'm entering the room, my posture is right, my shoulders are back, my chin tuck up high, I have a stable eye contact, I have a smile on my face, and I'm shaking hand, it is creating a impeccable impression on anyone, I would say. So this is the so ABC of image management is only this: your appearance, your behavior, and your communication. So I would say A is for appearance, B is for behavior, and A is for communication. So when I said appearance, we have already covered this. So ABC, so we have already covered our appearance, how clothes are powerful in creating that impression. And when I say behavior, it talks about how our aura and energies, our intentions play, right? And when I say behavior, definitely my body language also comes into the role. My eye contact, my handshakes, my shoulders, the way I'm standing. If I'm sitting like this and taking a session, you would have that kind of impression. And if I'm sitting very nicely with my open shoulders, I will be perceived very trustworthy and a confident way. And communication, it is not what you say, but how you say matters. So this was about how to create an everlasting first impression. I hope it was helpful for you all. I will just stop the sharing and get on to talk to you. So I hope it was fruitful and you gained something out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very, very wonderfully and very well said. So, with this, I would like to ask you a very beautiful question. So,
Yeah.
as said that beautiful people are not always good,
Yes.
right?
That is
But good people are always beautiful. And I
absolutely.
that is so important because, as you mentioned, that only 3 seconds is your connectivity with the other person. It's not also 30 seconds because I was
30
under,
seconds. Yeah.
sorry, it's only 3 seconds. But what happens, like if I see the young mothers,
Yeah.
many times they feel, "Yeah, I have done too much. Now it's okay. I don't want to invest on my time. I do not want to invest on my grooming."
Yeah.
Is there some takeaways which you would like to give to the young mommies? It's
Yes.
very important to take care of themselves.
Yes, I will give you an example for this. So, all these mommies who don't take care of themselves, they have this one constant complaint: my kids don't take me seriously. They don't take me seriously. My family members are taking me for granted and they don't take me seriously. So, let me tell you, they don't take you seriously because we are not taking ourselves seriously. When you are not valuing yourself and you are not investing in yourself, you know and how would we need to respect ourselves. So let me tell you, image management, it is not it is yours, it is like also I think I forgot to share one picture with you all, but that's okay. I will yeah, I think I skipped it. So looking good isn't self importance, It is self-respect, you have to understand. So this is one line I will say. Looking good means, when I say looking good, like we all are beautiful. So I'm not talking about our beauty. Looking good means, presenting yourself good. So it is not, your, you're doing it just to have a, good outlook. It is, you're respecting yourself. It is very important. So I will definitely share this one slide with you here. If you can see this. So looking good isn't self-importance, it is self-respect by Charles Hick. He is a very famous author, if you guys are aware of it. So this is my answer to all the mothers. If you have this thing that your kids are not taking you seriously, your family members take you for granted, please look the part. Look as you are the authority of the family. You are the homemaker. You are the one who's in charge of taking care of them and everyone. But if you don't look the part, how? So if we go in a class or if we go in an office, so a boss has to look like a boss. Otherwise, we will not be respecting him as a boss. So you are the lady, you are the lady boss of the house. You need to look the part. And trust me, when we are dressed up in a very nice way, because mama is always wearing that, lounge wear and ghar pe baith ke with the tighty, mama hi to hai. And we, have that very casual attitude. So for them to respect you, you need to respect yourself by giving yourself that time, invest in yourself, take 10 minutes at least out of 5 minutes to think what you're wearing and project that look. And I have one more example to share with you. So it works the other way around as well. So there was a family, so the father, we spoke to the father and he said that, the father was saying, when I come back home from office, the kids, they just greet me and they go in the room and they don't, even if we're just sitting and having dinner, but, there's not much of communication. And on the other hand, the kids had the complaint that we are not very open with our dad. We're not that comfortable, we don't feel like talking. So what was the barrier? The barrier was that father used to come and he was dressed up in his office attire. And he used to sit like that only with that shirt and little tie. He used to loosen up his tie and just sit for dinner. And then he wanted, and he was in that office attire and he was in that office zone and his tone was also like that. He tell me, how was your day? And it wasn't giving that warmth to the kids. He wasn't approachable. So he was still not creating that impression to the kids that he's approachable. So I gave him a tip that just to change his clothes and wear a, like a t-shirt, a very casual thing. And he actually did. He wore shorts and t-shirts. He changed and then he started speaking to his kids and things changed. Because you need to level down also your authority at times and you need to level up your authority also at times. So you need to see. So for all the mothers, please, it is a self-respect for yourself that you get ready. And then you see that, you will be taken very seriously.
I think this leads to what I understand is, sometimes just people take themselves also for granted.
Very true.
They feel that it's okay to be who it is, but it's very important that you need to fall in love with your own self and respect your own self, so that, as you mentioned, level up, level down. It's very important. And this is, I think this is a very, very important part of the self-care domain, and also very, very much importance about even grooming and being confident about who you are. So I think I remember your first slide, like where you showed Amitabh Bachchan, Priyanka Chopra. So it's like, people who shine from within, they really do not require that spotlight. I think that is so, it's really suiting that whole thing, that the whole thing is all about your aura.
About your aura.
Unless you're not transmitting, or unless you're not giving that aura of receiving as well as giving, you are not that presentable. So with this giving and receiving, I would like to share that people are sometimes very not comfortable with the loud colors.
Yes, true.
So that when the gents is like, oh, how can I wear a red shirt? Oh, how can I, so there is a lot to do with color. Can you just, if possible, can you just highlight a few of color combinations?
Yeah, but then I would just like to add, so why do we have to wear a red color? We should always opt for the colors which are, which we are very comfortable in carrying. So I always go by this. You should carry what you are comfortable at. It should be very authentic to your own self and your own personality. So even if you have to look authoritative, so you can wear a black, you can wear a blue, you can wear a white. it is still going to have that. So depending, you can, wear. So I would like you to be a little more precise about the question. I can give you the combination.
Yes, so actually, it's not about that. It's about just a very question which is there on a Facebook Live. It's like, whenever I tell my husband to wear a red color shirt, he's like, "How can I wear a red color shirt on a party?" So maybe I
Yes.
think it's just a choice,
No, so
definitely.
I will answer this in a way. First of all, I because I cannot see the questions. For the lady who's asking is that, first of all, why does he need to wear a red to a party? He can wear any good color which is suiting his personality. And secondly, if he's not comfortable wearing red, there are way, and if she really wants, her husband to wear a red shirt, so there are various variations in red also. So we can pick up which red goes with his personality and maybe suggest him that. But then there are definitely other options other than red also he can choose to wear.
I also feel that, Saiba, like coming from the psychology background, and when you mentioned about the example which you gave about the authoritative figure, you just asked him to loosen up a bit and just be very very normal in the house. I think sometimes these are also preconceived notion right from childhood, which has been built. Maybe the red color might not suit me.
Definitely, definitely. So we are all, it's not only about colors, we all are being conditioned for our thoughts, our behaviors, what is going to suit me in color wise is a very small thing, but I will not be able to do this. I will not be able to do that. I will not be able to wear it. My mama once said to me, I'm little fat. I cannot wear this. I look chubby in this. So we are all carrying those notions and thoughts from our childhood. We need to step out of that paradigm of the constrained thought process we were trained to, because we were all blank walls, so everything was written and we were conditioned to believe in a certain way, but we need to understand. So with this, I'll give you a very beautiful example. So it not only stands true for the colors, but for our thoughts, for our belief system. If you don't trust yourself and you've been conditioned to think in a certain way from childhood, I'll give you one example. So there was a baby elephant. Okay. And he was very cute baby elephant and he was tied to a tree. And then he was tied to a tree and he tried hard to go. But then he wasn't able to move forward. So he just used to take circles around the tree because he was baby and he wasn't that strong enough to pull that tree and go. And then are going, and months and years went by, and he was still sitting under the tree and just taking those round circles. And it had been like really long time, and he was now a giant elephant, the biggest animal of the world, and he was still tied with that thin metal rope to the tree, because over the time he started to believe that he's not strong. How do you can you imagine, like a giant elephant fully grown up cannot move a tree? He can just walk away and the tree is going to fall. But he stopped trying and he was just sitting and taking circles of the tree, because that is what our perception and notions in childhood, what we have been conditioned, plays the role. So this was his conditioning, that no matter how I try, I will not be able to break free and I just need to take circle. So that was true for him when he was a kid, but he did not realize that he has grown and he's evolved. Now he has that strength. So it goes with us as well. Like when we were kid, we were taught and said to do this and not do this and not trust ourselves, and maybe we were not good enough. But now we need to understand that the shift, we need to unlearn the things which we learned, and we need to trust and believe ourselves that it's a new me now. I'm more powerful, and I need to erase those conditioning. But for that, we need to understand that we all are being conditioned in a way. So those are very limiting beliefs. We were conditioned in those limiting beliefs. We need to set ourselves free and feel confident. So like this example of you just asked about that female also, that mothers, so they have, maybe they are carrying these notions from long back, that ladies should just devote their life to the kids and the family and they have no say. Why should they get ready? And you must have heard, all the mothers usually in our India saying, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to spend? I need to wear, घर ही तो रहना है, क्या करना है अच्छे कपड़े पहन के? So you need to understand these are all conditioning. Their mothers must have taught, their mothers must have said, "Ghar hi to rehna hai." But you need to value yourself, unlearn the things which don't serve you, come out of that box, and uncondition the learnings which you have been conditioned.
That's really very, very well said, that we always need to be in a process of unlearn and also relearn. Because
True.
if you unlearn, as you are ending up with something, you need to fill up your cup also. So definitely you need to relearn. And as we see that we are on 125, only 5 minutes is what I'm giving Payal to end up the good
Yeah, yeah.
afternoon and our lunch break, because it's Sunday afternoon. So over
Yes,
to
yes,
you, Payal, and 5 minutes to you only.
yes.
Thank you, doctor. So I'll take just 1 minute. I have a question. So in your presentation, you had shown us a slide of charisma, aura, intentions, and behavior.
Yeah.
So this again, all is, it comes from our own awareness and own consciousness. So,
Yes, true.
can you tell me more about it? How we can carry all these four together? Because in some areas we might be working on it, and in some areas we might be
Yes.
we are just
Yes,
there.
very true. So, Payal, let me tell you one thing. It is an ongoing process. We need to work on ourselves on an everyday basis. It is not, we were not all born confident or born with a beautiful aura or born with a beautiful personality. We all are working on it. But first of all, coming into that awareness that we need to have that kind of aura for myself, I need to work on my intentions. So, it all starts from our self thoughts. What self thoughts I'm carrying for myself will get me to that change first. So I need to change my perception about myself, then my intentions that I want to feel good. I want to feel valued. I want to feel worthy. My intentions, and they will automatically change the way I perceive about myself, and they will change my aura. And it is an ongoing process, but we need to start somewhere to start believing in ourselves. And the minute we do it, we will definitely, every day you will see small changes happening in your life.
Thank you for sharing. So
I
we
hope it was helpful for you, Payal.
yes, yes. We have
So,
Dr.
Payal, one minute before just concluding, Saiba, you can also do one more thing, that you can please share in your profile so that people can start following you. In case any of our clients would be interested in having one-on-one consulting with you, can go and approach you. So we would
Thank
love
you.
if you could share your Facebook handle, Insta handle, as well as your LinkedIn handle. Kindly share that. And over to you, Payal. Sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You will have to share because I don't, in your live,
I'll
you,
share
right,
your
I am still not live from my Facebook.
I'll share it. And you do mention about what kind of courses or what kind of consultations you're doing, so people can reach out to you.
Yes.
Your audiences, you can reach out Saiba Singh on Instagram. She's a very good influencer on Instagram, also on Facebook Live.
Thank
And
you so much.
we have
I feel elated to be the part of this group and come here for this talk show. Thank you so very much to giving me this opportunity. I'm really humble and elated.
Thank you, Saiba. We have Dr. Alka on our, so she has been a loyalist audience on our Bloom, and she will be soon coming on Bloom Talk Show. Dr. Alka, if you can share some insights.
So let me tell you, Saiba, one thing, that I've been listening to you and I've been wanting to talk in between and ask questions. But this girl, Payal, no, she's a very naughty girl. She has muted me and she has not allowed me to put my video on throughout your session. My video
Oh,
was off. She's locked my video and she's locked my sound also. मेरे को
oh,
ठीक करा दिया गया है. But it was a great session. It was very nice to talk to listen to you. I'm actually outside somewhere. I'm not at home, so the sound
thank
system may not be very good. But the ABC of your thing was very nice, and I would like to connect with you. So please put up your things on the chat so that I can save the chat.
thank you so much. I will do that.
I've met many people, so I'm not talking too much. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saiba, for
Thank
being
you so
on.
much.
Yes.
My
Uh,
pleasure. It was my pleasure.
for being on Bloom Talk Show. Thank you, dear audiences. Thank you, Doctor, for being a wonderful co-founder and co-host. And see you soon on our next episode next Sunday. And very soon we are celebrating 100th episode here in Mumbai. It will be a grand celebration, and it will be all exclusively on invites only. So stay tuned on our upcoming programs also on bloomworld.com. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank
Thank you.
you.